This is the one.
Oh, ooh, that's great. See, this
I'll
is
send it.
okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's
It doesn't actually say how long you do it for. It just says 120. I can't imagine you take the entire amount, but
yeah. So you just like add it to your coffee or something like that?
says
Or?
either like with water or with a meal.
Oh, I see.
And it's made in the UK, so usually it's a lot better. And so far, I think they've been pretty much all fine, but this 4.7 like
That's a
rating.
That's a good rating, right?
There's only 23, but I mean, I've definitely noticed a huge difference in just bathroom visits.
Yeah. Hey, that's important, man.
This is a little loud.
Is it loud? Okay, let me turn it. How is that? Is that better? Or is that? Oh, no, this is. I know what's going on. I think you're one, and I
think we switched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like turning yours up. I meant to turn mine up.
Because you said
Yeah.
No, I can't. It could go a little bit higher.
A little higher for you. Okay, let's go maybe here.
That's better. That's better.
Okay. Okay. So when you do a stress test, what is that exactly? What?
I will tell you more after I've had it.
Okay.
Because I don't 100%
You've never
know
had.
yet.
Okay.
I know they're gonna hook up the EKG pads to me,
Mhm.
and I have to because they told me they're like, do you feel comfortable with running or walking? I'm like, yeah. But obviously, not everyone can.
Yeah.
So depending on their lifestyle, all of that, like I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm fine.
Mhm.
My biggest piece is making sure I don't pass out or
Right.
something. So they'll check that, and then they're gonna check my heart rate while I'm under stress.
Under stress. Okay.
So
Okay.
that's as far as I know.
Okay, well, we're going to pray for that appointment. I know you got to get out at 10, so we have about an hour here.
I also have an MRI on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have quite a few doctors. That one's for actually looking for my pituitary gland to see if there's a tumor on it.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
Because I have high prolactin, which I've been taking, and it could be just stress, but I mean, I don't feel like I'm more stressed than I have been in the past. Like last year, it was really hard with like Gillette. That was not last year. No.
Man, time has flown.
I feel like it was further away. I feel like the year after Gillette went by, it did go by fast, but I kept feeling like it was like 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 2 years. And my mom's like, no, it wasn't. I just turned 60. Like, stop making me older.
Stop making me older. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's right. Because she turned 60 while she was coming to us.
Oh, I see. Come on in.
Is it locked?
Come in. Hey, there she is. We know this young lady. Would you like to introduce yourself? Please come and have a seat for a moment.
No, for a moment. Don't be late for class.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is a podcast, so you'll be seen. Say hi, Papa. He'll watch it. Hi.
Nice. Hi, Papa. So where are you coming from? Band. And you play the clarinet. And what are you guys playing right now? You guys are preparing for something, right?
Yeah, we're playing 3 different songs, I think.
I see.
We're playing Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast.
That's a good one.
Awesome Sauce and Ancient Voices.
Never heard of those last two.
You have heard of Awesome Sauce.
Oh, have I?
If you hear it, then you're like, oh yeah, that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. And then the third one's Ancient
Voices.
That sounds mystical.
It does. Yeah, a little mystery. That's pretty cool. So I have good news. I was sharing with your mom that Ezra pooped. So this is just for those of you out there. We've been all coming together for prayer for poop. And it sounds really weird, but he did, and it was the next day, and it was
a lot.
It was a lot. Thank you. That's the best way it could be put. So yeah. So thank you for your prayers because you've been checking on him. She's been like, "How's Ezra? How's Ezra? How's Ezra?" I'm like, he's working it out. He's working hard, and so we're gonna have to reschedule. And I know you had sent a message. We'll have to talk about that.
Yes.
But we have the Lord. Is it the Lord of the whole series, the Lord of the Rings, or is it just the?
Or the Hobbits.
Oh, or the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's 3 too. There's
3 of them. Okay. So
you need to get to class so you don't.
Yeah. So we'll talk more. Good to see you. All right. So we're going to start with a word of prayer. And before we do, is there anything that you've seen? I know we haven't had the YouTube version, but in the comments is usually where people would put prayer requests.
I haven't seen anything, but I didn't check Spotify, so I don't know.
I gotcha. So hopefully I can get
I
on there
could check
today.
that quick
Okay.
and see. Is there a comment section?
There is. They have a really nice one, by the way, for those of you listening and or watching. We can do polls and comments and thoughts, but putting your prayer requests in would be great. And
it doesn't say anybody's left anything for the last one. I don't see any comments. Let's see. Comments, no. I don't see anything, but it's an open invitation to leave comments, ask for prayer requests, anything like that.
Okay, well, we're just going to open with a general word of prayer. I would like to lift up your procedures that you're going to be taking. And so let's start with the word of prayer. Heavenly Father, what an opportunity we've been given to come together and just fellowship and talk about the mind and manna and you. And we just invite your spirit as we spend some time together praying, Lord, for just general health. I'm thinking of those who have commented in the past on these episodes, praying for their families and for them and for whatever's going on in their lives, Lord. And I'm lifting up Julie as well, the stress test and CT, Lord. I just pray that your spirit would be a comfort to her. These unknown areas can raise cortisol, and I just pray for peace and I guess good work by the doctors, and that they would have a thoughtful eye and take good care of my friend, my sister in Christ. We thank you for your love and your sacrifice. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so I'll start us off with our musical, and I always press the wrong thing at first. It's the blue button. Blue button. Here it is. No, I did it again. It's the top blue button.
Yeah, top blue.
Is what it is. Okay. Well, hello. I am Pastor Fred here. I am here with
Julie.
And we are here with
Mind,
Manna, and the Maker. And we have an exciting episode. We're talking about this thing. And I'm going to start by reading something.
Oh, because I'm completely surprised. I have no idea which topic he picked.
Did I not text you that? I'm so sorry. That's even better. It's like a surprise. Wow. And you're so good at it anyway. I think she does fine with or without. I don't even think you use. I'm the one that uses the manuscript thing, and she does not. And so listen to this and see if we can give you some clues here. Let's see. Okay. There's the drum.
Yep. It's got to be the 5th and 6th. Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. It's this.
Yeah.
I just have to. I mean, I don't know if Mr. Gilmore ever will listen to these, but I have to give a shout out to him. He is such an amazing band teacher.
Hey,
and the kids love him, and he is so good. Like, I've seen such a huge, growth in at least my 2 kids for sure.
Yeah.
With band, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's been tough for us. I played in the same band room. My favorite was the clarinet, but moved away from it. And it's sad because back then, I would say less now, they used to add male, like gender roles to instruments.
Oh.
Which is silly.
Like flute was female?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, guys, like, stop.
So in general, guys tend to go for, I think, more robust, but like Aiden does the clarinet as well, which is helpful because Kaylin can help him and do all of that.
See, that's cool.
But I know guys in general would tend to go towards trumpets or the big trombones or whatever, or drums.
Something magnanimous. And well, clarinet was always my favorite. When I first got the reed, the way you tighten it in and put things, the smell of the cork and the chemicals that you're putting on it to make them come together. Anyways, it was amazing. And so, yes, shout out to Brother Aiden. And I was doing the trumpet. I was trumpet player down there. And I remember that was a lot of fun, but I never mastered. I was always the guy And Moses is kind of the guy as well, where we have trouble mastering. I don't know if we're not committing enough time to it, but we just memorize the sound instead of the notes.
That's what Adam really struggled with, actually. He did really well at music by ear. He can do that with piano. He can do that with a lot of things.
That's cool.
But reading the notes, he's always struggled with.
Yeah. So that was a thing. And so shout out to those of you who struggle with the instrument notes. We were in the same boat. So here it is. Listen to this. You acknowledge that you may be challenged, encouraged, or mildly uncomfortable at various points during. Wait a minute, that's not the right thing. Hold on.
I was like, oh.
Okay. Hold on. Let me do. Oh. Okay, here it is. Coverage not guaranteed and may vary based on location, device, condition, atmospheric interference, building and materials, or other factors beyond our control. Unlimited data plans may be subject to temporary reduction in speeds after a certain usage threshold is reached. We do not guarantee uninterrupted service, error-free operation, or compatibility with all applications, updates, or future technologies.
Sounds like cell data.
Indeed. But it's somewhere that you may read. No, not many people read it. But, like, is it the terms and conditions?
Oh, okay. Like when Apple updates and it says to click all of that information that's like 60 pages long. So everyone's like, I'm not reading this.
Except, right.
But then they come back and say, hey, this was in the fine print.
Yeah. And so what do we do? Because nobody has time. Do you have time? Do you ever read the terms?
I'm not gonna lie. No.
I don't either.
There's some things I have, like when taking out a loan or something like that. I will be a little more thorough on that.
I hear you on that. I agree with that. And I don't know. What I do is I figure that I've been using the phone this last year, and the terms of agreements or terms and conditions where it worked this far, and so hopefully it'll continue. But if there's something changed, then who knows, And there are a lot of people out there that probably do read it. I'm going to look for it, but this kind of leads to my first question, which may give you a hint of what the episode is about. Is looking at these terms and conditions. What does that tell you? How do you feel about conditions? Like, what does that tell us about conditions?
So I know we have mentioned, but it could be transactional.
Indeed.
So one of it's conditional, which means if you're an unconditional acceptor, then you're going to accept whatever. I think of people pleasers in this area, unfortunately. It's like you're going to deal with whatever just to please the population, and just you do not want to ruffle feathers.
Right, yeah.
But in those pieces, like God has unconditional love for us, and we should have unconditional love for our kids. That doesn't mean that we necessarily approve all behaviors.
Indeed.
It's just that at the core, we would love that. Mike Aiden, this will not surprise you, but he asks a lot of times when we're just driving, he's like, Mom, would you love me still if I murdered someone? And I'm like, I would have a lot of questions.
That's perfect.
Why? Like, what was your motivation here? And he's like, well, I'm not going to do it. I was just really wondering. But isn't that normal for us? We want to know what the depth of love is someone has for us.
Yeah. When somebody will just be like, I'm sorry. Like, and that's where like mercy and justice kind of like bump heads, because it's like Moses likes to test me like that, because I may come across him as a person that it's pretty clear on my stance on things. But when you add the love in there, he's like, he puts himself on the altar. He's like, what if it was me?
Yeah.
And I'm the one that did it. And I'd be like, hey, buddy, we would bury it. We would bury whatever it is. And we get that done. Then we need to talk. Like what you said, we need to be like, I got questions.
Yeah,
like,
lots of them.
Like, what's up, man? And then I'm not going to go much further than that, because I might end up becoming like a part of this crime or whatever it was that he did.
Guilty by association. But, I don't want to know.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting when you think about desire and you think about transaction, and that's natural. Everything in some way is a transaction. Like you go to the store and
You pay money, they give you food.
they give you
Less
food.
and less food, but they're
Yeah, they do. We need to talk about that, guys. To all of you food producing,
Shrinkflation, please stop.
please stop. Yeah, that bang for the buck is not happening much, you know? I went to Costco and I was trying to buy food. I walked out of there spending like astronomical.
I don't think we've all walked out and spent under 400
You
ever.
are correct. You are correct.
I mean, granted, it's in bulk, so
yeah.
it's expected, but
Man, and you know, Moses is an eating machine now, so it's crazy.
I mean, he's got to build his
yeah,
body moving skills.
Yeah, his calisthenics and stuff, man.
He did. Aiden came in very excited this morning.
I heard about
and
that.
And Aiden was like, "Mom, guess what?" I was like, "What?" "I'm strong for my size." I was like, "What? Please explain." He's like, "Well, just said that even though I'm thin, I've still got some strength." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
That's great. Yeah. I heard that he was like, I hung out with Aiden the other day. I was like, I thought he was talking about Aiden Gilmore.
Oh.
But he was like, no, Aiden, like Kaylin's brother. And I was like, that's cool. You know, like that's how you pass on. I don't know. Like that just naturally.
I think a lot of self-confidence can come in those type of dynamic relationships because your son's always been a little more withdrawn.
Indeed.
But that's something he's growing into is being more confident in himself.
You were right.
I mean, and the way his body is changing, he's building, he's getting stronger, and I can tell. I mean, he just still doesn't joke with me like I think I'll get eventually.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
He like side eyes me a lot still.
Well, most of it, it's more of like I don't know how far I can go with this because he's a silly guy. He'll go off and launch off, and he'll play the role and get launched full into it. But he's like, "Can I do that
with me?" Yes, but I don't think he knows that yet.
Well, it's gonna be magic when it happens. It's soon. It's good. It's coming
Kaylin
soon.
Was like, "Mom," she's like, I need, she's like, when it's all said and done, whenever I end up with someone, she's like, I need to know that they're not super scared of you because I need to know they can protect me. And it's funny because I think almost all of her friends are scared of me. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm loud. I'm very, I'm not shy in that area. She's like, well, that's a good thing because then I know I'm the right person if they're not scared of you, and then they can protect me.
They can protect you. That's how you're the litmus test for whether.
I was like, shouldn't that be Dad?
That's great. Hey, you know, I think the dynamic might be the same in my home as well. Yeah. Oh well. Here we are. The litmus test is
the mamas.
The mamas. Yeah, that's so funny. You know, so it's like everything. It potentially is a transaction until you get humans involved, you know, and that's where things get kind of like, I don't know, interesting.
They can, because I think even in that case, I see this with trauma. Mm-hmm. If there's been a lot of trauma in life, there's always, I think we can develop an expectation that there is an expectation from someone. They need something, they want something from me, and they can't be real in themselves. This kind of connects back with the masking from last episode. And so it's very similar on the same lines. But if you truly are with someone, that shift that we have to do, this isn't transactional. They love me regardless. I love them. Yes, in a partnership, we are going to be doing tasks for each other. Yeah. But that's not the same as that transactional is a mind frame, I think.
I see.
Whereas yes, you could look at everything like that. Like in this case, it could be considered transactional. I don't view it that way. I view it like this is one of the highlights of my week. I love being able to talk about this. I do that. But for some people it could be, because for some people it's like, oh, I get my name out there. Oh, my name really, I don't care. Like I don't need new clients. I don't need that. I just want people to know the space is safe. And so the transaction I want them to get is not one of conditional.
That's interesting. Expectation. I appreciate that, because I was trying to figure out because you said in the title, which you now know, you guessed it right off the bat, but you said transactional love and unconditional love.
Yeah.
My mind would have gone to conditional love and unconditional love. So what's the difference between conditional and transactional?
I guess for me, conditional is because they can kind of merge into one. But where my brain is seeing it right now, conditional is I only love you if this and this and this gets done. And where transactional is like, I love you, but you need to give me this. I need to give you that. With conditional, it's not necessarily reciprocal. It's like you do this and then, okay, fine.
Oh, okay.
And so I think where a lot of people, it's like, okay, conditional love. Well, everything's fine. And I will love you. But if you smoke weed in the house, nope, we're done. That isn't. Now, for me, that would not stop me from loving my kids. I would say, hey, I think we need to explore choices. One, I hate the smell of weed, so
that's already off the gate.
I mean, we live with a whole bunch of dead skunks currently because it's that time of year, and I'm like, it smells very similar.
There is. Has anyone realized that? I thought I was the only one. It's very shocking. It's funny that you're right. That is exactly right.
It's like so for me, weed is like a mixture of skunk and body odor.
Oh, no kidding.
Like that's the combo that I smell. But everybody does smell things a little differently. Sure. Like same with I can't eat a lot of cilantro.
Oh, no kidding.
Because it has that soapy taste for me.
I didn't know that.
And some people don't have that.
Oh, I love cilantro. Now, what about parsley? It's close cousin.
So parsley, I still am like, it's still got a potent flavor, but it's not like cilantro.
It's not like cilantro. You know, we're supposed to be celebrating Easter this weekend, and Brother Warren is putting together kind of like a program, and we were hoping to have like a meal that was kind of like cedar. It's the Passover meal kind of thing, and he was going to do the bitter herbs. You know, you have the lamb with bitter herbs, and he says he enjoys watching people eat bitter herbs because of the reaction.
I bet. I'm like, ugh. Like that's good. Exactly my face.
Right. So it's like a bunch of soap to you, and then like, oh, that's horrific. Well, a couple of examples that kind of come up here. So let's see, it's right here. Okay, so what's the difference? Because the difference between receiving from God and taking apart from Him. Let me see if there's a better way to put this. Because we're talking about taking, and so it's like giving and taking.
So like example, the give is, and I think again, this is the reframe because the action looks similar, but it's all in our heart and soul and our mind because Jesus gave his life for us. So we could receive salvation. Yeah. But we have to accept that because it's here regardless. It's just, are we going to finish that retrieval and acceptance? So if you could look at that as transactional. Yeah. He died and we have to do something to get that.
Indeed, yeah.
But that's where it's like, it's not a physical thing we have to do. It's a heart thing.
It's a heart thing. And I think that's the key for that right there. Because I was thinking about that last night. I was like, that's interesting what Jesus did. And it is a receiving. Adam and Eve in the beginning they took of the fruit. Abram took the servant lady, and so they could fulfill the promise for God. Mm-hmm. But there's all this give and take, but it's like give from God and receive that gift. I think that a lot of what happens today, the give and take comes from this idea of running out of things ever since the beginning of time, scarcity.
Oh, absolutely. And Great Depression.
Yeah. I mean, history just shows.
COVID, toilet paper.
Yeah, COVID, toilet paper. Yeah, you are absolutely right about that. So it's this thing where everything can be boiled down to, I don't know, like just transactional living. And so what do people mean when they say they want unconditional love?
I think connected back, it's like we want to be accepted in our frumpy clothes, no makeup on, maybe even morning breath. I do prefer people to brush their teeth, please.
That's right.
But all of that, like ultimately, because to be fully honest, I think that, and I could see where he would. I feel more unconditional love from Adam than he probably feels for me.
For you,
because I have a very sensitive smell.
Oh, I see.
So morning, it's like, please brush your teeth, please. I love you. I will give you a side hug. But kisses are a little conditional on this, unfortunately.
Well, I think it should be no matter what, because you see Hollywood did this. Because you'll see people, they get together, hook up, and then like in the morning, they're like what?
No, I'm sorry. You don't wake up like that.
No,
you don't look like that. You don't smell like that.
You need to go
brush your teeth.
Go brush your teeth, bro. Like, yeah, or sis, whoever.
But I mean, even then, do you remember like the little spray, mouth sprays
Oh,
that
yeah.
you carry with you, or the little like Listerine strips? Those are horrible, by the way. They're absolutely disgusting.
Oh, you don't like those?
I don't like Listerine. It's so strong.
It is,
but they would have them by the bed, so you could do that in the morning instead of going to the bathroom.
Save some steps. Do they still sell those strip things anymore?
Probably.
I haven't seen them. It's been.
We're married. We don't need them anymore.
We don't need them.
Like,
That's right. It's so funny how things change.
we have unconditional partners that love us.
That's
so.
right. See, that's when you know you've crossed over. We prefer the breath thing, but it's still unconditional. It's unconditional.
My husband can't smell, so that's probably why he doesn't care.
Is it an allergy thing for him?
Yes.
Oh.
He has severe allergies like you guys.
Oh.
He goes and he can't go mow the lawn or his eyes get very puffy and watery.
You should see how I dress. I get a t-shirt and I pull it over to here. I tie it around the back and I put something in just my eyes, and I'll put glasses or something, and then I'll go.
See, it sounds like you probably should pay someone to mow your yard.
Yeah, well, now the place I'm at now doesn't. Now we just have a problem with poop in our yard because the neighbor won't pick it up, the dog poop. So we're trying to figure that out. If you have any recommendations for that, please let me know. But we went to go eat Chinese, and we got a fortune cookie, and it said something about like cleaning up after your dog. And I was like, I should give this to him. It was really weird.
Like, hey, I think I got your fortune cookie.
I got your fortune cookie, man. And it was, that's exactly what we got. But yeah, working with other humans is, I think when we're talking about conditional, unconditional, transactional love and unconditional love, we all want to feel that unconditional. So is all love conditional, or does scripture reveal something different?
I think it's different.
It's different. Transactional love exchanges value. Conditional love depends on requirements. Unconditional love remains secure regardless of performance. And that's what you had said earlier. I think you touched on this a little bit. Predictable exchange makes people feel safe.
Yes. So when you're looking at attachment, which I think we've addressed it, which I'll probably bring a lot of themes into a lot of our episodes because they are all intermingled.
That's great.
So when you're looking at birth, which you and I were just talking about the loveliness of birth before, and the grossness that also comes with that. But the first things they usually do is they give the baby to you, unless it's like an emergency. And attachment starts immediately. I mean, even before you have the baby, they can hear you. They can feel your movements. They can tell if you're laughing. They can feel the nervous system, even though babies, obviously, their brain has a lot of development to do. But as soon as we start, and this is why they do say, hey, make eye contact when you're feeding them.
Oh, interesting.
Because I don't know if Denise nursed or if she bottle fed, but they always talk about, like, I nursed both of mine, but every time they would be looking for me.
Wow.
They wanted that eye contact.
The eye contact.
And this is why at first they can't see more than a foot away. Or 6 inches, and then it grows.
I forgot about that.
And so when you're looking at this close proximity, this is close.
Yeah.
And so you have this eye contact, and they're searching, they're learning your nervous system, and this attachment is developing.
What? Did you guys know this? I guess so Denise pumped, but it was, hopefully I think maybe she had the bottle there.
I mean, sometimes we're in a hurry, and if you have another kid, you're like feeding them and you're trying to feed the other kid. But still, they're like looking for you, like, Mom!
Yeah.
But when you're in this position, it's very close, and they look at you unless they fall asleep.
Yeah. But, well, what a way to go to sleep.
I know,
drift off into
milk drunk land.
Yeah, I bet that's what it's like. I don't know what's in that stuff, but it's a drug for them. They love it. It's good.
And so when you think of that, and so when you have that time with them, and then you develop that and you work on that secure attachment starts. But I would have to say, I mean, at least in my field of work, secure attachment isn't the common attachment because they're coming to me. So there's been a lot of insecure attachment.
Wow.
But awesome, amazing thing is we can develop that even as an adult.
Really?
Yes, we can rewire our brain. We can rewire our relationships to be secure.
I didn't know that.
And so does it take time? Yes, obviously it's a lot better if you can develop this at first. But again, a lot of this is so unknown. And this is where exoneration comes in, of being able to accept and say, our parents did the best they could with what they had and what they knew. Because I do believe that in 90% of the cases, like the other 10, narcissism, all of those things, they don't care, even if they knew the information. But I do believe that. So for me, in general, like before, I would say I have way more secure attachment now.
Wow.
Because Adam and I have worked on stuff. We were both in therapy. We both do that. And so we understand each other. And I don't get reactive. If you do not get reactive with your partner, it's a more secure relationship.
I see what you're saying.
But if we have anxious and avoidant, my husband's more an avoider.
Yeah.
I'm more of an anxious, preoccupied.
Yeah.
And so when we first got married, he would shut down and then I'd get bigger.
Yeah.
That was that dynamic, that run chase.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And so it got to the point finally. And I remember this in my head. I'm like, I can't keep chasing. I can't, because it's not going anywhere. It's making me more anxious. He's withdrawing. And so there's anxiety a lot of times in that avoidant as well.
Yeah.
And that's just not working. And I did develop an anxious attachment growing up, just with the situation and all of that. But that's something I've definitely worked on. I can feel it get triggered from time to time, the default setting.
Yeah. The default. Yeah.
And so being able to understand, but in general, I definitely function more from a secure attachment, especially with Adam at this point.
That's very powerful, I think, what you've said, because I was trying to look for an answer in my mind to the solution, right? Because we've established kind of like the definition of what conditional, transactional, those kinds of things, but then, and that we experience it, but then now, like, how do you fix that? How do you move? Let's say you are a person who's out there who's like, yeah, everything is transactional. Like, how do you move from that? And so it sounds like the beginnings of it is safe attachment, you're saying?
So yes, it can be, but it's not just with others. It's also with yourself.
Whoa.
This is where the internal family system comes in, of starting to connect with those younger parts of us that got harmed.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Because this is something, God made us so amazing and our brains so amazing to the point that to survive, we can even develop DID, dissociative identity disorder, to survive.
Wow.
And so I view our system like a puzzle. Yeah. Where you can see the whole picture, but there's pieces. You can see the pieces usually together. And so events, like my 6-year-old part, that was when I was sexually abused. There's a part of me that's a pretty big part in my life, but it's connected. Now with the ID, those puzzle pieces aren't connected.
Wow.
They had to be fractured and fully detached to survive.
Man.
And so
what the brain will do. Yeah.
And God made our brain to do that. I mean, Navy SEALs learn to dissociate to deal with abuse and to be able to avoid torture. So it's something our body can do. And you can do it intentionally. I don't recommend it.
Right.
But obviously in those situations, I understand the purpose.
Yeah.
But for someone that's developed like that transactional stage, we have to really set with that. And I do think therapy is very helpful in that, because they can help challenge. Now, not all therapists are the same. Sure. Just like not all doctors or dentists, you might have to fire a few before you find the right one.
Yeah.
Please fire them. It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm giving you permission as a therapist. Fire them if you don't feel a connection.
That's fair.
And so when you look at that, because that attachment that you start finding within yourself, and the more secure you start finding within yourself, you're going to have that with others, because you have that acceptance of yourself.
So it has to start with us. That blows my mind. Because I'm always thinking of outward, but it's like, we need to look at this ourselves. So it looks like it can go what you said, puzzle pieces everywhere, which is disassociation.
Full fracture.
And then putting it together is that trust. What'd you call it?
So secure attachment. I think even if, I would say that your puzzle is probably fully connected. It's just there are pieces that still need healed.
Okay, that's a good way of putting it.
So I mean, I have a puzzle. I mean, my picture, I'm still adding pieces because I'm 40 and I have a long life ahead of me, hopefully.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm still putting in pieces that I haven't experienced yet.
Yeah.
But in general, the system is there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the piece. Now, there can be pieces of our history, even if we've pretty much had a healthy life, that our pieces may not be fully attached yet from our history. Like, I think my 6-year-old part had some attachment I needed to do. It wasn't fully fractured, but it needed a little bit of just moving around to get fully in there. That's and great, in the general now, like, I do not get reactive from that space often. I'm usually having to be really sick, really tired, kids arguing for that to come up. And then all of that all together, I could have some reaction from that space. And so when we look at that, when we start developing a secure attachment from ourselves, and I really believe this is where a relationship with God can help, because he's helping give us that clarity. Yeah. We have it all. We just have to sit with it and find it.
Sit with it and find it. Man, that's powerful. When I think of Bible reference, and I was sitting with this topic, thinking about it, like how everything was kind of transactional. It was like, I don't know if transactional is the right thing to say. It was like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And it seems like, you did this, you get this from that person, they give you that. It's like an equal exchange. Or in the cases of loss, if somebody breaks something that's yours, they have to
replace it
or something like that. And so it seems like the way God is telling our story, our story has been, when you read the Bible, it's just been beautiful, broken, and repairing, but you kind of see how people will look at God as if he's two different people.
Yeah. Angry, someone that's like upset, or like when they throw the tables in the sanctuary. Jesus, when Jesus is.
Zeal, his whole, his righteous zeal,
Or when, I don't remember the guy, but when they said, do not touch the Ark of the Covenant, and it started falling, and he touched it, and he died.
The guy starts with the letter U, you're right. Look it up. Starts with a U, for sure. But and it looked like it was going to fall,
Because I would have probably done the same thing.
Yeah.
Like immediately when someone starts to fall, I'm like, oh. So, because from that, be like, oh my word, God is so like horrible. Like he was just trying to save it.
Yeah. He had good motivation behind that. And so there's a part of where it seems like, I guess transaction seems like it's moved by motivation, but you see how God is putting together a system. And the system is to keep people safe instead of making it seem like it's something chaotic or meant for ill. So that was something I was kind of wrestling with a little bit. Let's see, I think we went through this one. Why did God allow systems of exchange? Where does fairness and end and grace begin? So transactional systems create order, but they cannot sustain love. What do you think about that?
Say it again, because that drum is...
I know, let's hear that too. Yeah. Shout out again. Every time we hear that drum, we know good things are happening. Practicing, good things are happening. Transactional systems create order, but they cannot sustain love. Would you agree with that?
Okay, I'm going to use the military, for instance. Like, I believe that, they have to have a system. They have to have it. If this happens, this happens, this happens. They can't. And I'm going to use love as an emotional response in this space a little bit more, because I think they have love for each other as soldiers. Like they have a bond that nobody else would understand.
That's very true. Very well said.
And so, but I do think there is a place that they have to avoid emotion more so, because they have to do a task. Yeah. They have to do this system or else.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they have to avoid emotion, because usually what would happen in the event of a big tragedy is our nervous system or parasympathetic kicks on to regulate us. They can't even have that happen in that space. They have to go. They have to push through it. And so we avoid trauma when our parasympathetic nervous system help us work through it. And that's where the shock comes in. That's where the shaking comes in. All of that actually avoids us getting trauma from that.
Oh my goodness.
If we can't do that, we can have a higher chance of developing trauma. Wow. If you've ever seen, I don't remember, it was in one of my trainings, where every time when you have to move like a bear, they put them under a tranquilizer. When that tranquilizer wears off, they shake a lot and then they run off.
Interesting.
That shaking is their body's way of releasing that. Because when you go from that to a sleep, your body's like, you don't know what's going on. And so you have to release that for them to be able to survive in the wild. They cannot be traumatized surviving in the wild.
I never thought about that. Animals would be traumatized.
I mean, with all the things. And so for us, it's the same. Like possums, they like die. That people do, I mean, other predators do not want to eat something usually unless it's a vulture. But and so if we don't give ourselves that space to work through it, that shaking, all of that, we are more likely to develop trauma.
Wow, that's incredible. Man, I love that you found an environment, because I was trying to think of what in functional environment, because we went from the Bible example, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And I was like, what real life functional area would that, because these are human interactions, and they're operating with somewhat of a transactional, in some way, task oriented. The military, that was a fantastic example. And then the survival of animals. That's So you said the shaking, we have to process it at some point. So there's the human element in there.
Because even after having a baby, I mean, I don't know how Denise handled it. I cried.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of stuff just happening.
Yeah.
And I was crying. I mean, yes, out of joy, but my body was also shaking from just literally spewing out a child.
A human. Yeah. That's incredible. Man, I just want to shout out to moms, for that. I know we'll never understand. I don't know if there's anything that we do that's equivalent, but when I find it, I'll try it out and see what you guys say.
Even if you did, it's not nearly as loving. And you don't want to keep anything that's coming out of your body that way.
That is such a good point. That's true.
Kidney stone.
I was about to say that.
Things.
Kidney stone.
No, I don't think you're going to lovingly look at them and say, wow.
I'd be like, this is lovingly over. And
bye.
I'm so glad, but you're right. Be gone. I might even keep it because I'm like, you're the one that tortured me. But but you're right, though. There's no nurturing it and loving it after that. No, not at all. But so fairness communicates value. God is a God of order, but he's also a God of justice and fairness. And in a world that's so full of brokenness, it's so hard. I'm so glad I'm not God.
Me too.
Glad. Fairness communicates value. It tells people that they matter.
I think this is where kids, do you remember this as a kid? This isn't fair.
Oh, yeah, this isn't.
And the response I would get, life's not fair. I really try not to use that. I think I've used it a couple times with my kids, but I'll just validate. I'm like, it's not. You're right. It's not.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right.
I don't even try arguing at this point. Because I remember thinking that and then saying, life's not fair, my business. How's that going to help me?
Right. But it's the affirming that, there's going to be many instances of this same thing, of unfairness. But yeah. So biblical justice preserves balance and restrains harm. What happens when someone receives kindness they didn't earn?
It can actually develop. I mean, shame can be triggered in that.
Tell me more.
So let's imagine you have had a very traumatic life.
Okay.
And you expect, this is very transactional in this. And so when someone is kind out ordinary, they're like, why? That I don't. So shame, you don't believe you deserve it.
Oh no.
And so then you have this response like, why are you kind? Because people aren't kind for no reason.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but I know I don't deserve this. So, and then this shame is triggered because we ultimately don't believe we deserve this.
Oh, that's a double whammy.
It is. And so then they're triggered and then they're upset and angry because this person is being kind, but they don't understand why.
Oh no. So what do you do?
This kind of goes back. You have to have enough self-awareness to recognize that's what's happening internally. And you have to go back and rescue that little boy that started, a girl that started that belief that I can only be loved I can only be loved if I'm good enough. And so I clean the house or I do all this. I don't argue with my siblings. And that's the only way I'm worthy of being loved.
Oh no, man. Well, what about with towards others, right? Is there a way to tell? There's no way of knowing.
No,
if somebody is going through that double whammy.
Now, I might know if I can, because I'm more observant, and I can say, okay, something else is going on here.
Yeah.
And so I would usually say, hey, I can see that a lot of time. Okay, for a good example, people that really struggle with taking compliments.
You just took it out of my head. I was about to pay you a compliment and see what you did. I was going to ask you how you take compliments.
I used to really struggle with it.
Okay.
Now I will try to say thank you or whatever the case is. Like Adam still kind of sees through it sometimes where I'm like, thanks. And he's like, that didn't really.
It's the same with my wife as well. She's just like.
But I remember this was several years ago where I really had to get to the point where I was like, you know what? Adam has never lied to me about this. Why would he lie to me if he really felt this way?
And that's true too. That's a very good point.
This is not something I've ever, struggled, or he's never lied to me in an area. So why? Why do I believe that? Because it's a personal thing. Because for me, and this is something, I will be real about this. I grew up and I've never had an issue attracting guys.
Fair.
That's not necessarily a great thing because then I never knew, did they like me for my personality or did they just like me for my looks?
Yeah.
And I asked that a lot in relationships. I was like, would you be with me if I was in a car accident?
You've asked that before?
Have.
That's so good.
Thankfully, Adam is like, yes, I would. This isn't just, he's like, obviously I find you extremely pretty and attractive, but I know you.
Oh.
And I do not want to, I've been in car accidents, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to that space, because ultimately, God loves us regardless.
That's true.
And he doesn't want those things to happen to us, but we live in a world that is free will. And if someone decides to drink, that could take away someone else's free will.
That's true.
But their free will, unfortunately, and I think that's the thing we have to, because isn't there so much look at, well, if God really loved us, he would protect us.
Yeah. Man. Oh, man.
And so we think that this should be transactional. If he really loved us, he would protect us.
Oh, man. That's tough.
And so it is tough because I think that's the argument a lot of people have when bad things happen. It's something I've questioned but as a parent, we give instruction to our kids, but they are not always going to take our instruction.
Yeah.
And I think I've shared it with you, Aiden. He's been one that's found out the hard way, like, hey, keep all feet on the floor with the chair. It's fallen out of it more times I can count. I gave him instruction for his safety, his survival. He didn't take it.
Oh, man. Great examples, man. Let's see how we're doing here. We're doing great. Okay. Here we go. So I love that because I thought that was going to be a simple answer as far as what happens when someone receives kindness they didn't earn. But it's a double whammy. So you said it's possible for them to feel shame within themselves, but also questioning. Nobody does that. It's like questioning outside and inside. It's like that just makes it not so beautiful anymore. Kindness is almost like a terrible thing. I saw a bumper sticker just, I think yesterday. It said kindness is magic. But I guess it is magic, like in either dark magic or beautiful magic, but powerful magic.
Let's put this. So there's a book we had to read. It was called The Boy Who Was Raised as a Dog.
Oh, shoot.
And it's by Bruce Perry. It is. He is a medical doctor, and he worked with kids with severe trauma.
Oh, wow.
And I think he actually did a joint book with Oprah. And he talks about, and this is a great example, if from day one you're neglected, and you're only given, you're rarely given food. You have to start fending for yourself from a young age.
Wow.
And then someone's kind to you. You're not going to know what to do with that.
That's very true. Man, you take away the fundamentals of being a human.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder, you said you read that book?
Oh, yeah. Then during our master's, I have it.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Really? Is it a good read?
It is a good read, but it's really sad. Because it gives off several case studies on kids he's worked with. One that was, taken out of the home, that was only left in a cage for years. He was 7 in a diaper, and there wasn't any development wrong with him. They just didn't want to change. It was bad, in their own feces. It's really rough stuff. And he even talks about, I think, the children in the Waco, Texas, when they had all of the the cult in that space.
Oh yeah.
He talked several instances. So it's a really good book, but it is really sad because it really explains what some people really go through.
Yeah. It just shows how, we test the limits of being, taking away, you talk about the Maslow
hierarchy.
Yeah, and the basic needs that people have. But then you take away the fundamental thing of love. And it's like how people respond, they don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I can read the book. I was going to go after it, but maybe not. Oh, man. So unearned kindness is both disorienting and healing in a way. I pray that for whomever out there, if you're one of those people that feel shame or question the world when you hear a compliment, I'm trying to practice on the compliment thing. Maybe it's just what to say. But yeah, I pray that be not the case. And I'm seeing just love is such an important part of this thing. And so why does God command generosity beyond obligation? Mercy reveals that love goes beyond fairness. Yeah, mercy. Yeah, that's crazy. What is it? Mercy and grace. Mercy is not getting something you deserve. And then grace is mercy is getting something you don't deserve.
Oh yeah, because like pardon or something.
Yeah, and then
please give me mercy.
Yeah.
Even though you did the speeding.
right. And then grace is not getting something or getting something you don't deserve. Yeah, I think if that's right. Is that right?
I have no idea. I think I know where you're going.
So getting something you don't deserve and not getting something that you do deserve. It's weird stuff.
I think that's where grace is. You're like, because God's giving us something we do not deserve, but mercy is we don't deserve mercy either a lot of the time. So that's
a mind gymnastics thing that we're doing here. So why is it hard to receive something we didn't earn? Hey, I'll pay you back.
Some people don't care.
Yeah. I don't know many. I know some maybe.
But most people do. It's like, no, like for me, I don't even have, some people are always asking, hey, can I have a friend's family discount for sale? I do not do that.
Yeah.
Like my sister does all the art. I've always like, no, I will pay the whole amount because I know what you're putting in on this. And I don't think it's fair to feel like you're being taken advantage of. I do not like that.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, I don't want to make someone else feel like I'm taking advantage of them.
That's fair.
And so I'll almost pay friends and family more in that case because I know their story, because I know what that looks like.
That's interesting. So the going above and beyond, you give the waitress a tip, but like with even people, that's people that you don't, that's within thy gates and outside of your gate, family we should regard even more, I think, or people that we know or building relationships with.
But how often is it that we're usually the ugliest towards?
Oh, the people we love.
The people we love.
Oh, man.
That's the double-edged sword there, too, because they're seeing the true us and all of our prettiness and ugliness. And when we're at our worst, they see us. And this is where I believe secure attachment really is needed, because if someone does that, and this is, I told Adam once, and I hope he remembers this, I think he does, because he's brought it up. I was like, Adam, you should feel honored that you're saying this part of me, because that means I love you the most.
I love you. I feel safe enough to reveal it.
And that actually helped him shift a lot.
Really?
He's like, thank you for trusting me enough. And that like deflated me. It's like throwing cold water on the anger dude from inside out. Because I told him, I was like, Adam, I need you to be bigger than my store. Like, that's it. Like, you don't have to try putting it out. But just by saying, hey, I can see you. This is hard. Can I just hold the space for you? That deflates me every time. Like, I just like sink. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm no longer big and I'm not a puffer fish anymore. I'm like a really cute, I don't know.
What is there's a thing that I forget, these little stuffed animals.
Axolotls.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
They have the little they're kind of like a salamander, but also like a little wavy thing.
Yeah. I like how that was the first one. There's a variety of them, but they're little stuff, but that's a good one. That was perfect. Oh man. We're coming to the end here, and so let's look into landing the plane here. So receiving freely challenges our identity and our need to prove worth. I'll say it again. Receiving freely challenges our identity and our need to prove worth.
Okay. So imagine like a baby. We're going to take two babies. One baby you're kind to them, you're giving them snacks. You don't have to worry. They never have to worry if they're cared for. They never have to worry if they are going to get food.
Mm-hmm.
And then on this other hand, there's neglect. And then you raise them in that way. This one, that they're going to feel like they have all of the options in the world because they were given all the options in the world, all the food, all that. This other baby is not going to feel like they have all of that option.
Wow.
And I think that's what they're saying. I mean, that's what I take that in, is when you start from that and God gives us all of this love and we actually accept that, we're going to feel more confident in ourselves.
Wow.
We're going to do that. Like I see that with Aiden when he came in, and he got that confidence from an older boy.
Yeah.
Your son. Yeah. He's like, Mom, guess what? He actually said I'm strong for my size. Because Aiden is skinny.
Hey, that's all right.
You could pick him up with a hand probably, but his face was radiant.
Yeah.
And like having that, and then he did something else. He's like, Mom, I'm so proud of myself. Like, oh,
like
that, like, oh, and he felt that internally. He's like, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
I was like, buddy, I am proud of you too. He's like, yeah. And I was like, he's like, but where that face really shone is because he was proud of himself.
He was proud of himself. Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful. So as a final thought, as a closing thought to those of you out there dealing with human interaction, which is exchange, whether it's transactional, conditional, unconditional, we see this example that kindness, it's not received well all the time, even our best efforts sometimes. But we can be challenged here by receiving something that was given that we don't deserve. That it
was freely given.
Freely given. And so this invitation that Christ gives of himself, you can give things transactionally. You can give some money, put some money on it, but to give yourself, and I think that's why I saw your eyes and you're talking about your son. There's something about this boy to you, that the giving of yourself. We talked about the horror of birth, and then to know that this, all that you give to every day, is seeing something. He is experiencing the power of this, and it's transforming. And so I'm excited, and I want to invite you out there and us daily anew to challenge that identity in that.
I think that's how we can feel when we accept God.
Yeah.
We have that internal amazing just pride in ourselves. But when we take God and we say, okay, God loves us regardless, that is more than anything else.
Yeah.
And as a parent, when we can see our kid being proud of themselves.
Yes.
And then we can feel that when God resides in us.
Ooh, that's the starting from here and then going to there.
That's the ultimate acceptance of kindness and love, and letting that really heal all of those parts of us that need it.
Wow. So that's where the healing begins. Won't you taste and see, friends? And for now, I think that's a good place to land the plane.
Leave comments, prayer requests, any of those things.
Yes, absolutely. And well, I am Pastor Fred, and
this is Julie.
And we're here with
Mind, Manna,
and the Maker. We'll talk to you next time. Oh man, that was cool. That last part was really cool for me. Okay, now I know you have to rush out.
I do.
And safe trip to you. And you're going to be running now and then running there as well.
I guess so, yeah.
Double running. My goodness.
All of the things.
Yeah.
But next week I won't have to be so rushed. But thank you.